Hey, Mark, let's go, let's go. Christmas is almost here. Eggnog, pumpkin pie, good cheer. No, you're not invited to the staff Christmas party. Too many weird things go on there. Right, we want work to do. Pencils down, close the books. Why? Because I'm a history teacher, and I'm going rogue. On December 22nd, 2000, Universal Pictures released the movie The Family Man, starring St. Nicholas Cage and the lovely and talented Téa Leoni. It also featured the underappreciated Don Cheadle and the lovely and talented Téa Leoni. The Family Man is a year 2000 update on Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. Jack Campbell, played by St. Nicholas Cage, is an unmarried, rich Wall Street executive living a hedonistic lifestyle with money, power, women, designer clothes, cars. On Christmas Eve, he receives a letter from Kate, a long-lost girlfriend, but he puts it in his pocket, dismissing it. On the way home to his penthouse, he stops by a convenience store where he meets Cash, played by Don Cheadle, who tries to cash in a lottery ticket. When the cashier tells him that the ticket's a forgery, Cash pulls a gun on the cashier. Jack agrees to buy the ticket from Cash. On the way out the store, Jack tries to help Cash, but Cash turns the tables on Jack, asking if anything is missing from his life. Jack replies that he has everything that he could ever need. Cash responds that you have brought upon yourself everything that is now going to happen. He then leaves, and Jack returns to his penthouse, puzzling over Cash's remark. The next morning, Jack wakes up in a bed next to Kate. Did I say the lovely and talented Téa Leoni? He is in New Jersey, married to Kate. He's got 2 kids, and he manages a tire store. When he tries to return to his penthouse apartment in Manhattan, the doorman refused to let him in. So he returns to his car. Cash then drives up next to Jack in Jack's Ferrari. He explains what is happening, making a vague reference to the organization and that Jack is getting a glimpse of what could have been. Jack has no idea how to be a father or a husband or the manager of a tire store or how to live in the suburbs of New Jersey. His alternate reality wife is a lawyer for a nonprofit organization. His 5-year-old daughter, Annie, believes that he is an alien that has abducted his real father and he is now a replacement and guides Jack along until he can figure things out for himself. When Jack attempts to get together with one of the neighbor women, what the original reality Jack would have done, he's talked out of it by a friend played by Jeremy Piven. Come on, Jack. You got Téa Leoni. You're married to Téa Leoni, you're going to mess that up? Yeah, I'm married, but I'm not dead. I know attractive women when I see them, my wife included. Téa Leoni, attractive. Connie Selica, attractive. Jo Beth Williams? Hey, my wife thinks Denzel Washington is hot. Doesn't mean she's running off with him. Hey, where was I? Thanks, Casey. Eventually, Jack grows to love his wife and his kids and his life in middle-class suburbia in New Jersey. Stepping into another convenience store, Jack finds Cash, this time behind the counter. Jack tells Cash that he wants to remain in this alternate life, married to Kate, with his 2 kids and managing a tire store. Cash replies that this was only a glimpse, that it was not the real thing, and that Jack will now be returning to his real life. That night, Jack tries to stay awake, but eventually does fall asleep, waking up Christmas morning back in his penthouse in Manhattan. A girlfriend shows up for breakfast, and we assume a little but Jack sends her away, then looks at the note he had received from the real-life Kate. He blows off a huge business meeting to find her. She's moving to Paris, having become a corporate lawyer, and wants to return some of the things that he had given to her while they were dating. He then follows her to the airport and coaxes her not to take a flight, describing to her the glimpse that he had seen. He asks her to have coffee with him. They sit down in a shop, and they talk, inaudibly, as the camera pans out. And roll credits. 2000, Y2K. It was a time of introspection. We had lived through 2 decades of economic and personal financial growth, with a slight downtick in 1992. We went from the greed is good mantra of Gordon Gekko in the 1980s to the dot-com expansion in the 1990s? Was the freewheeling lifestyle of commodity traders and the hedonistic lifestyle that went along with it the best life? Many people wondered. Were people becoming like the pre-Ghost of Marley Ebenezer Scrooge or the money-grubbing Henry Potter of It's a Wonderful Life? Oh, another Christmas Carol knockoff. Well done, though. You know, I don't cry at movies. I don't cry really anywhere. But near the end of this one, I swear I got something stuck in my eye, a small gnat flying around in my house in December, or a bit of dust from the dog. I do know that I was not crying. The connection once again to Scrooge is evident. The hedonistic Jack Campbell who clearly loves money and all the things that it can provide for him. Suits, cars, booze, women. Although Dickens didn't mention the cars or the women. He lives alone in a nice penthouse, apartment in Manhattan, with a nice bed. Then it all gets turned upside down. Cash acts as a hybrid of the ghost of Jacob Marley and Clarence, the angel from It's a Wonderful Life. Marley tells Scrooge, I forged these chains link by link and yard by yard. Cash tells Jack, you've brought upon yourself everything that's now about to happen. Cash then slips into the role of the ghost of Christmas past, driving Jack's Ferrari, and the ghost of Christmas future, reminding Jack that this was all only a glimpse, and he'd have to return to his regular life. Hey, Hollywood, I'm not woke. I'm not any kind of talent scout, but I'm a historian who looks at trends of the past and says, if it worked then, try it again. Don Cheadle was nominated for Best Actor for Hotel Rwanda, and after 15 years, the guy hasn't gotten a leading role since. The guy's a top-notch actor. Get him another leading role. I digress. By the end of the film, like Scrooge, Jack seeks redemption, giving up on the girlfriend coming to see him on Christmas morning and the business deal he's trying to make for the company. Instead, he chases Kate down at JFK. The movie was for the most part panned by critics. Roger Ebert called this one of the worst movies of the year 2000. What does he know about movies? According to Rotten Tomatoes, the movie is too predictable and derivative to add anything to the Christmas genre. Also, it sinks under its sentimentality in spite of good performances by Nicolas Cage and especially Téa Leoni. You know, much of the criticism about the film was the perception of average middle-class Americans. One critic said, it's a sort of steamroller seasonal entertainment calculated to make us average folks out here feel temporarily warm and happy about our averageness. Another said that Jack's new life had been stitched together out of the broadest possible series of middle American cliches. You know what? I like those cliches. What makes you better than me, Mr. Movie Critic? Bowling is great and cheap entertainment, and my minivan seats my entire family, and my house has the best Christmas lights in the entire neighborhood. And if I want to pay $7.50 to watch Nicolas Cage's redemption, so be it. Well, it's a good thing these blowhards weren't around when Dickens wrote his story. So, there it is. The triumvirate of Christmas redemption stories. The Family Man from 2000, 1946's It's a Wonderful Life, and the one that started it all, 1843's A Christmas Carol. In Dickens' Christmas Carol, Scrooge is redeemed by three ghosts. In It's a Wonderful Life, George Bailey. And in The Family Man, Jack is the Scrooge that discovers his life would have been better if he was Bob Cratchit. Christmas time, when we all discover the good that exists in every man, good tidings of comfort and joy. Don't pass up on those three gifts this year. Thanks for coming by. I hope you had fun. If you did, make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. I want to thank my producer, Casey Moulton, and Avery for running the teleprompter. I want to thank Mr. Brent Allen for giving us the studio here up on the campus of Columbia High School. I had fun, but I won't quit my day job. And remember, if somebody shows up telling you that you're going to go find some other something somewhere and do something weird and I don't have this on the teleprompter, remember me. I'm Mark Haggard. I'm a history teacher, and I'm going rogue.